grid technologies are around us all the time now because that's what feeds us our electricity. The grid carries the electricity from where it's generated to the user. All of that infrastructure, all of the wires, all of the transformers, all of the breakers, all of the relays that are in that grid are part of the grid as it works right now, and it is working. But we'd like it to work better. We'd like to have, first of all, of course, fewer blackouts. And as we know, we've probably all experienced blackouts at one time or another. They're no fun at all. GE wants to help reduce those to zero. And then there's the problem of increasing demand. How do we satisfy increasing demand in the United States and in other countries globally? The load on the electric grid varies a lot during the day. When everybody's up and awake and running and at work, we use a lot of electricity. And then at night, when everyone's asleep, we don't use very much. Well, if we have to build the grid just for the peak point, we have to build a lot more into it. It would be nice if we could sort of level that out, right? So if we could have some storage, which can be part of grid technologies, or some smarts in the grid that lets us level that power need, that can help make the grid smarter, help make the grid more useful, and the utilities would like that. They don't have to buy equipment just for peak demand. They can buy it more for average demand. We want to make sure that the electricity is as economical as possible for all of us who are using it. As we're putting more renewable resources onto the grid, and here I'm referring to things like solar power and wind power, both of which GE participates in a very big way. In fact, GE has just become the largest supplier on the planet of wind power. These sources of power aren't as controllable. For sun, the sun has to be out. And the wind blows when the wind blows. And so we have to make grid technologies more capable of accepting transient supplies. In other words, supplies of electricity that go up and down with things in the environment. That's harder than having control by just telling something to burn or not burn. It requires a smarter set of grid technologies to do that well without disrupting the grid from the ups and downs of the supply. Those are the things that we're after with grid technologies, letting us do all those things better so that the electricity that comes to us is what we want and when we want it, and at the price we'd like to have it.